Alright, so in this video, we'll be looking at chain rule and product rule. For question 1, okay, sorry, let me change this to because I don't know, I keep forgetting everything. Well, okay, so here we are, question 1. Question 1 says y is equal to x squared plus 1 all in bracket raised to the power of 3. So now we have to find the derivative of this. Basically, we have to find the y over the x of this expression, right? So now this one, now there are two ways to do this, right? You know, for the ones that we did before, for basic integration, we have a linear chain of values, something like this: x squared plus 5x plus 7, something like this. This is a linear expression, right? Because it's just straight, and then you just differentiate, and then you get 2x plus 5 plus 0, right? And this is 2x plus 5. But for this one now, we have everything raised to the power of 3. Right now, we can use chain rules to easily get an answer to this, or if you are not sure that you can use chain rule, you can go ahead and stress yourself and just multiply out. So you have x squared plus 1 x squared plus 1 multiplied by x squared plus 1. This is what this means: x squared plus 1 all raised to power 3, meaning that you are multiplying x squared plus 1 multiplied by itself 3 times: 1, 2, and 3. So if you should multiply this, you have x raised to the power 4 plus 2x squared plus 1 all in bracket, then you have x squared plus 1. Then when you multiply out, you're going to be having x to the power of 6 plus x to the power of 4 plus 2x to the power of 4 plus 2x squared plus x squared plus 1. And simplifying, you have x squared plus 3x to the power of 4 plus 3x squared plus 1. And when you differentiate this, you should be having 6x raised to the power of 5 multiply that's plus 12x squared plus 6x. Then what else do we have? We have this one is 1, so it automatically turns to 0. So these are our answers. So let's put this in mind, right? This is what we are supposed to get when we use chain rule. 12x squared is power of 3 not 2, is of 3, then plus 6x, right? So this is our final answer. This one is if you want to stress yourself, but there's an easier and faster way to do it. That's why we have chain rule, right? Whenever you see something like this, what you are meant to use is chain rule. When you see something like this, something in bracket, then you have this chain rule. So now for chain rule, you're going to introduce another coefficient. You're going to say let x squared plus 1 equal u. Let x squared plus 1 equal to u, right? We're introducing u. U is another variable. We're introducing u. No, the only variables we have here are y and x, right? We have y and x, but now we're introducing another one, which is u, right? So u is x squared plus 1. So let's rewrite this expression, putting u as x squared plus 1. So that means y now will be equal to u raised to the power of 3, because u is x squared plus 1, right? So using chain rule now, if we want to find dy dx, because here we're having y and u, right? We have to first differentiate with u, right? So if we're differentiating y here, it's going to be the derivative of y with respect to u. So we're going to be having dy du, right? So we're having dy du, but the y dx cannot be equal to dy du. It's not possible, right? So dy dx equals to dy. We have to multiply by something that will make it to be dy dx, right? But now look at it. If we, for this one now, where we have u is equal to x squared plus 1 here, right? Here, if we differentiate u with respect to x, let's put it here. So we have du dx. Here, du we cancel out du. What do we have left? We have dy and dx left, and dy over dx is equal to dy over dx. So that means this is correct. So that means whenever we do dy over du multiplied by du over dx, we still get dy over dx, right? So this is a faster way to differentiate. I'm not trying to explain the concept, that's why it might look lengthy, all right? So we're having dy dx to be equal to dy du multiplied by du dx, right? So we're saying that let u equal to x squared plus 1, then y will be equal to u raised to the power of 3, then our dy dx, we're going to differentiate this and differentiate this, then multiply our answers, and we get our final answer. So we're saying dy over du multiplied by du over dx. So let's dy over du, let's differentiate this now. So let's do it here. So we have dy over du, and that will be 3u squared then we have du over dx, that's differentiating this, and we're having 2x plus 0. So we have this now. So let's multiply. Dy over du is what? 3u squared. So we're going to say 3u squared multiplied by du over dx, which is what? 2x, and this is going to be equal to 6x u squared. So now this u, we're not going to leave our answer like this because this u is what? X squared plus 1. So let's put it back, right? So putting it back, we're going to be having 6x into the bracket of x squared plus 1. Then we have our square outside, right? But this is our final answer. You might see this in the options, but it is not looking like this, right? But we can make it look like this, right? We're going to expand this one. That's the difference between this and this. We're going to, or we can even make this one to look like this. But let's make this one to look like this first, right? So we have 6x. We have x squared plus 1, x squared plus 1. That's what the square means. So we have 6x into the bracket of x to the power of 4, then plus 2x squared, then we have plus 1, right? So we have this. So now let's multiply out. Let me clean this top part. You can always pause the video too, right? So now bringing this here. So here we have 6x times x to the power of 4, that will give 6x to the power of 5. 6x times 2x squared, that will be 12x to the power of 3. Then 1 times 6x will be 6x. Now you can check it and you can see that the answers are the same. So whichever one you feel, but the second one is actually faster. But let's now make this one to look like this. Let's make it to look like this. Now here we have 6x. 6x is common between these, so we can factorize it out. So factorizing 6x out, here we have x to the power of 4 left. Here we have plus 2x left, and here we have 1 left. And we can factorize this to be 6x x squared plus 1 squared. So this now looks like this. So whichever method you want to use, you can use. You still get your answer. You see your answer in your option. One thing is that you should be able to change the form of your answer. You should be able to change it to another form, because some options you might actually be correct, but your answer, the options and your answer might not be looking the same, but they will actually be the same, just that it is in another form. So you need to be able to change your answers from one form to another. So let's go to question 2. Question 2, I'm just going to be using chain rule directly. I'm not going to be using the stressful rule of multiplying out, and this one even has a negative sign, which means it's going to be more difficult to use that method. So let's just use chain rule. So now using chain rule for this one, question 2, we have y to be equal to 3x plus 2 raised to the power of minus 2. Here now we're going to say let u be equal to 3x plus 2. Y will be equal to u raised to the power minus 2. So that means the y dx will be equal to dy du multiplied by du dx. Very simple. So now let's go. Dy du is what? So that we have u raised to the power minus 2. So minus 2 will come here. So that will be minus 2u raised to the power minus 2 minus 1. That will be minus 2u raised to the power minus 3. Now let's go for du dx. This is just 3x. So this one will be 1 times 3, 3x raised to the power 1 minus 1, which is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. And this one does not have x. Remember I said in the previous video that whenever there is a coefficient that does not have x, automatically it becomes 0. So this is just 3. So now let us solve. So dy du is what? Minus 2u raised to the power minus 3. Then we have times du dx, and du dx is what? That's 3. So that will be minus 6u raised to the power minus 3. So let's impute our u now. Our u is what? 3x plus 2, and then we'll just put our minus 3. And this is our final answer. So you can see, very simple. I think we did this in less than 2 minutes. So you can see using the chain rule instead of stressing yourself is actually easier and faster. So let's go for question 3. For question 3 now, we have y to be equal to 2x plus 5 raised to the power 1 over 2. So you can go ahead and pause the video and try this one for yourself. Alright, so let's go. So we'll say u. You can use any letter. It's not necessarily it has to be u. So let me just use another letter. Let's say b. B is equal to 2x plus 5. Right? So now y is equal to b raised to the power 1 over 2. So let's solve now. So dy over dx is equal to dy over db, because it's b now, times the b, because it is b here, over dx. Right? They can be any letter whatsoever. It's just for you to understand the concept. And once you do that, you're good to go. So now dy db. So we have dy over db, and this is going to be equal to 1 over 2 b raised to power 1 over 2 minus 1, and this will be 1 over 2 root b, right? 1 over 2 root b, and then we have db dx, and this will be 2. So now solving this, we'll be having 1 over 2 root b multiplied by 2. So this will be 2 over 2 root b. 2 we cancel out 2. So we have 1 over root b, and this will be 1 over b is what? That's 2x plus 5. So this can be our final answer, or we can say 2x plus 5 raised to power minus 1 over 2. Right? And this is going to be our final answer for question 3. So now let's move to product rule. So now for product rule is when you have two items multiplying themselves. So y is equal to 2x plus 1, then 3x squared minus 5. We have to find the derivative of this function. Again, you can just simply multiply out and let it be a straight linear equation. So we'll be having something like this if you are multiplying out y to be equal to 6x to the power of 3 minus 10x plus 3x squared, then we have minus 5. So y equal to 6x cubed plus 3x squared minus 10x minus 5. And then if we differentiate it, the y over the x, we should be having 18x squared plus 6x minus 10, right? This is the answer we are expected to get. We could also have, let's factorize 2 out. So we have 2, we have 9x squared plus 3x minus 5. So let's keep this aside. So we have 18x squared plus 6 minus 10. This is the answer we're supposed to get using, that's if we use product rule, if we do it well. So let's solve using product rule, right? So now the formula for product rule is dy over dx is equal to u dv dx plus v du dx. Just keep this at the back of your mind, u dv dx plus v du dx, right? You don't have to cram it. If you use this formula as many times as possible, your brain will register it, right? So now let's go. So for product rule, let me just clean this formula so that we have enough space. Let me clean the formula. I'll write it somewhere here. So dy dx is equal to u dv dx plus v du dx. So now here we're going to say let u equal to 2x plus 1 and let v is equal to 3x squared minus 5. That means y is equal to u times v. Y is equal to u times v. And then, so now according to this formula, we need u, we need dv dx, we need v, and we need du dx. Do we have u? Yes, we do. Do we have v? Yes, we do. Now let's find dv dx. dv dx is basically just differentiating v, right? So dv dx will be equal to 6x, right? Because this is minus 5, it does not have value of x, so it is a constant and it automatically turns to 0. Now let's find du dx. So du dx, I'm sorry, my v and this thing, they are looking the same. So du dx will be 2, right? Because it's just 2x plus 1, so that will be 2. So now let us find dy dx, right? So we have u is what? 2x plus 1 multiplied by dv dx, which was 6x. Then we have plus v, what is v? 3x squared minus 5 multiplied by du dx, which is what? 2. So here we are going to have 6 times, that will be 12x squared plus 6x. That will be plus 6x squared minus 10. So now let's simplify this expression. Here we have 12x squared, 6x squared. That will be 18x squared. Then we have plus 6x minus 10. And this is our final answer. This supposed to be x here. That's a mistake. So you can see that the two answers are the same. So peradventure, you do not see this in the options. Remember when we factorized 2 out, we had 9x squared plus 6x minus 10. You'll be seeing something like this, right? So this is basically product rule. And then let's do for question 2 now. Let's go for question 2. So for question 2 now, we have y to be equal to x plus 1. Then we have 3x plus 2. we're using the same method. So our u is equal to x plus 1, and our v is equal to 3x plus 2, right? So now our du dx will be equal to 1, and our dv dx will equal to 3, right? So now let's apply our formula. Dy dx is equal to v. Okay, let me just use the one that u dv dx plus v du dx, right? So u is what? That's x plus 1 multiplied by dv dx, which is 3, plus our v is 3x plus 2, then our du dx is 1. So doing this, we'll be having 3x plus 3, then we have 3x plus 2, and this is 6x plus 5. So you can see how easy this is. Very, very easy. Under 2 minutes, you should be able to get your answer using this. So just remember, whenever you have two things multiplying themselves, you are using product rule, right? So now for question 3, the last one, we have x plus 4 x plus 1 squared is equal to y, right? So now we are going to say that u is equal to x plus 4 and v is equal to x plus 1 squared, x plus 1 squared. Now, so let's find the du dx. This will just be 1, but now dv dx. So now you can see that for dv dx is squared, so that means to solve this we have to use chain rule because of this power that is here, right? So using chain rule, we are going to say that because now we have already used u already, so we cannot use u again, so let's just use b. We're going to say let x plus 1 equals to b. So that means dv dx is going to be so v will now be equal to b squared. So we're having dv db multiplied by db dx, right? Because when db will cancel db, we're going to have dv dx left, which is what we want. So now our dv db is going to be equal to this dv db. This is where we are focusing on. So dv db here is going to be 2b. Then we have db over dx, which is, this is what we are differentiating here, and that's just going to give us 1. So dv dx is going to be dv db, which is 2b, multiplied by db dx, which is 1. So this is going to be 2b, and b is what? X plus 1. So that will be 2 into the bracket of x plus 1. So now let's apply our formula. Dy dx is equal to u dv dx plus v du dx. So our u is x plus 4. So we have x plus 4 dv dx is 2 into the bracket of x plus 1 plus our v, which is x plus 1 squared, then our du dx is also 1. So this will give us let me simplify it first. That's x plus 4. Here we have 2x plus 2. Then we have x plus 1 squared. So that will be x squared plus 2x plus 1. This is multiplied by 1. So here we're going to have this one now. We're going to have 2x squared plus 2x plus 8x plus 8. Then we're adding it with this one that we have here. So that's x squared plus 2x plus 1. So we add them together, we have 3x squared plus 12x plus 9, and we can factorize 3 out here. So we have 3, we have x squared plus 4x plus 3, and this is our final answer. You can either see this or this in your options and you get your mark.